What does wealth look like in Vietnam? Where do wealthy people live? What kind of cars do they drive? And how different is their life from that of an average worker? Hi, I'm Phong. I'm a worker living and working in Hanoi, Vietnam. I earn about $350 a month. Today, I want to take you somewhere completely different from my everyday life. This place is called Ciputra, one of the most famous and expensive urban developments in Hanoi. Let's explore it together and see what life looks like here. I'm riding my motorbike through the wide streets inside the neighborhood. The roads are wider, there are more trees, less traffic noise, and everything feels much quieter than the crowded neighborhoods I pass through every day. Over the past decade, Hanoi has changed dramatically. New high-rise buildings continue to appear. Modern residential communities are expanding. Roads are being widened and upgraded. Ciputra is one of the places where that transformation is most visible. Around me are modern apartment towers. Some are still under construction. In the distance are rows of villas with private gardens and gated entrances. From what I've learned, many homes here are worth between 1 and 1.5 million US dollars. For someone like me, that's an unimaginable amount of money. But that's also what makes Hanoi interesting today. The city is no longer only about old streets and historic buildings. It is also becoming a place of modern neighborhoods, international schools, parks, and luxury developments. Sometimes I like riding through places like this. Not because I can afford to live here, but because I enjoy seeing how the city around me continues to change. After exploring Ciputra, I continue my journey to another famous destination in Hanoi, West Lake. If Hoan Kiem Lake is often considered the historic heart of Hanoi, then West Lake is where people come to slow down and enjoy life. It is the largest natural lake in the city and has been part of Hanoi's history for centuries. People come here to walk, jog, cycle, drink coffee, or simply sit by the water. I find a bench beside the lake and sit for a while. The water stretches out in front of me. The breeze moves gently across the surface. The sounds of the city become quieter. This is one of my favorite things about West Lake. You are still in Hanoi, but it feels like a different world. Along the lakeside, I noticed several stone dragon statues. In Vietnamese culture, dragons symbolize power, prosperity, and good fortune. I park my motorbike and start walking. Sometimes the best way to experience a city is simply to slow down. As I get closer to the lake, I can feel the temperature becoming slightly cooler. Even on a hot summer day, the breeze here feels refreshing. After resting, I continue riding around the lake. Many of the houses here have incredible views of the water. Some have balconies overlooking the lake. Others have been converted into cafes, restaurants, and entertainment venues. This is one of the most expensive real estate areas in Hanoi. I also pass West Lake Water Park, a place many locals remember from their childhood, especially during the summer holidays. When children are out of school and the weather becomes much hotter, many families bring their kids here to have fun and cool off. To be honest, I've never had the chance to go inside myself. Maybe one day I'll come back and show you around in more detail. By now it's almost noon. The temperature outside is getting quite high. The heat rising from the pavement makes it feel like the entire city is steaming under the summer sun. But what catches my attention is that so many people are still working outside. Construction workers, delivery drivers, street vendors. Even in this heat, they continue with their daily routines. When they need a short break, they usually find some shade under a tree, sit down for a few minutes, take a sip of water, then get back to work again. It's a scene you can easily find almost anywhere in Vietnam. Eventually, I arrive at a lotus pond, one of my favorite places around West Lake. Lotus flowers are deeply respected in Vietnam. They symbolize purity, resilience, and simplicity. There is a famous Vietnamese saying, growing from the mud, yet never smelling of mud. It means that people can remain good and honest regardless of their circumstances. Walking around the pond, I see several local fishermen. Their equipment is surprisingly simple. Just a metal can, a fishing line, and a hook. When a fish bites, the can falls over and makes a sound. Simple but effective. Some tell me they catch enough fish each day to bring home for dinner. Moments like these remind me that life doesn't always require expensive things to feel meaningful. After spending time in the heat, I stop at a small convenience shop and buy a bottle of water.
Của em bao tiền nhỉ? Vâng, cảm ơn.
Vietnam, bottled water usually costs between 5,000 and 7,000 Vietnamese dong, around 19 to 27 US cents. A small purchase, but on a hot day it feels priceless. My next stop is Phu Thai Ho. Phu Thai Ho is one of the most famous spiritual sites in Hanoi. Located on a small peninsula extending into West Lake, it is surrounded by water on three sides. The shrine is associated with Saint Mother Liu Han, one of the most respected figures in Vietnamese folk beliefs. Many people visit on the first day and full moon day of each lunar month. Some pray for health, some pray for peace, others pray for success and good fortune. Along the entrance are shops selling flowers, fruit, incense, and offerings. I also notice vendors selling fish, birds, and small animals for a practice known as life release. Many people believe releasing animals back into nature is an act of compassion. Inside, the architecture reflects traditional Vietnamese design. Curved roofs, wooden pillars, dragon carvings, the scent of incense, the sound of distant bells. It feels peaceful. After leaving Phu Thai Ho, I continue along the lakeside until I reach Intercontinental Hanoi Westlake. Part of this luxury hotel is built directly over the water. From a distance, it almost looks like a floating resort. Many international visitors choose to stay here when visiting Vietnam. Next, I visit Tran Quoc Pagoda. With a history stretching back more than 1,000 years, it is considered one of the oldest pagodas in Vietnam. Today, it is both an active religious site and one of Hanoi's most popular tourist attractions. Before leaving, I want to share a small tip for anyone visiting Vietnam. Crossing the street can feel intimidating. There are motorbikes everywhere, but here's the trick. Raise one hand so drivers can see you. Walk slowly and steadily. Don't run. Don't stop suddenly. Most drivers will naturally move around you. After a long day of exploring, I start feeling hungry, so I decide to eat bún chả Hanoi, one of the city's most famous dishes. A typical serving includes rice noodles, grilled pork, dipping sauce, fresh herbs, and sometimes spring rolls. The pork is grilled over charcoal until golden brown and incredibly fragrant. My meal costs 50,000 Vietnamese dong, about 1.9 US dollars. As I head home, I think about everything I saw today. $1 million villas in Ciputra, luxury hotels by West Lake, historic temples, and a simple bowl of bún chả. Hanoi is a city of contrasts. You can see incredible wealth and ordinary working class life existing side by side. I don't live in a luxury villa, I don't drive an expensive car, but today I was able to see another side of the city where I live. And that alone makes me happy. Because happiness isn't always about owning the most expensive things. Sometimes it's simply about exploring your city, discovering something new, and ending the day with a good meal. That was my journey through one of Hanoi's most interesting areas. What is life like where you live? And if you ever visit Hanoi, which place would you want to see first? Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.